What's it? Oh, this one's different.
Yeah.
Just get this man and just want to sit there and miss the goals. This is really good.
He was up 14 feet.
Okay. 11, 12. That's 14. No, 13, 14. 11. Oh, this is 11, right? 11, 12. It's 11, 12. Food what?
Wood.
All right, welcome everybody to a early morning kickoff here. It's much wetter than it was yesterday. We got Fleetwood Park against Sentinel in our 11-12 placement game.
Princess Margaret Lions and the Ember Creek Cougars playing off this game.
We were lucky enough yesterday to see some sun, but unfortunately today we are getting dumped on again. Again, we're at the 2021 BC Provincial or Coastal Championships 2021.
There's a rematch tonight. Princess Margaret defeated Ember Creek in that game. I think it was 14.
By the sounds of it, sounds like Fleetwood has been hit by a bit of an injury bug, and we called up 3 to 4 juniors for this game that haven't had any real senior minutes this year. So it's always helps when you have that program and you have that depth to add some players.
And for the camera crew, Jerry Atwell and Brent Sweetie and Steve Burns here.
Chris Ray in the middle today.
Yes, he is.
That's like again from our far assistant.
Lakes Lake Subway for their new sponsorship deal with BC School Sports, $100,000 a year, making things like this possible for us to give these kids the best opportunity that we can and the best experience at these tournaments. So thanks Subway for that.
So when you're our tournament sponsor, you know this is cross country. This is a soccer championship for Subway, major sponsor of BC Sports. Thank you to them for their support. They will be on site there today. The Subway events team. So you can see what that's I don't know what that's going to be.
They have some possible
free summer deal.
stuff, which is putting the show on here. We haven't really had anything from Subway yet regarding that, but I'm sure they're thinking about it.
Still looking for the out-of-town scoreboard. Liverpool beat Southampton 4-0 this morning. 2 goals by Diego Jota.
Well done, Gary. We'll talk over here while we wait for Chris Ray to get things started here. We got the Sentinel Spartans versus the Fleetwood Park Dragons.
Yeah, Fleetwood just got a younger lineup than they've probably had all year. They had to call up 4 players, like I was saying earlier, just some injury problems, and guys that I don't think have even seen real minutes at the senior level here. But it's part of the program.
Bit of an adventure there. New game ball here. There's a bit of play there from Fleetwood. New game ball in play. We should mention our match ball provider, Soccer City, Dave Haluka.
Dave always has good balls.
Yep. His balls are definitely the best. All right, here we we go. The Amber Creek Cougars are making their way.
Just say on the other side there, Gary, with miserable conditions today compared to yesterday.
Yeah, compared to yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful day out here. A lot of fans out yesterday. I don't know what the turnout's going to be like today, but hopefully we have a good turnout for at least for our third place and final there. Yeah.
For 11 o'clock games, we imagine we'd have a few more people for those. These 9 o'clock starts are never.
Yeah, unfortunately we're down on a game today. Burnaby Central wasn't able to field the team for the 15-16 game, so unfortunately we only got 3 games right now. Obviously we only broadcast 2 of them, but yeah, we're down to 3 games this morning as opposed to 4, which we would usually have.
Yeah, Burnaby Central did a big favor to the tournament by filling in for one of the 2 teams who were unable to make it down from one from Rutland, one from North Peace, due to obviously the travel restrictions regarding the floods and everything. So we were two teams short, and Burnaby Central stepped up and provided, especially for the first 3 games, provided a formidable opponent for their opposition. Heritage Woods was the other team that's helped out and filled in, and we're right in the mix actually until game 3 yesterday.
And off the crossbar.
Yeah, Heritage Woods, surprising, they came out, beat Panorama and started the tournament off and as a top seed, and then lost to Sentinel here, who's in this game, and I believe did they lose again? Yeah, they also lost to Centennial for the 2nd time this year.
Yes, they but again, like you said, defeating Panorama Ridge was a massive beat for the Heritage Woods program, as Panorama Ridge is always one of the top teams in the province.
Perennial power for sure they are. Apologies, we didn't start the clock late here, so we're further than a minute into the match. We're about 5 minutes in at this point.
But as we know, Gary, the official time is kept on the pitch, so we don't want to try to fool any of the audience watching right now. Referee, who's in the middle there?
Mark Thomas.
Oh, is that Mark in the middle? Okay. Yep. Nice to see Mark venture out of the center circle. Sometimes we don't have that option a lot in some of our games over the years. Fleetwood Park finished as the 2nd place finishers in the South Fraser zone, losing to Panorama Ridge, who, as we mentioned, will be playing for the third and 4th place game. With our final, which starts at 11:15, we'll have the Reynolds Roadrunners against the Pipers from Argyle.
Yes, our Fleetwood came out. They won their first game against Burnaby Central. I believe it was 1-0, and then they ended up playing Riverside. They were tied 1-1 at half, and Riverside did sneak one in late, and then piled it on as Fleetwood was pushing for the tying goal there to make it a 4-1 final. They're essentially ending their chances. Well, it did end their chances to qualify for the top 4 or for a semi-final. And since then, it's always a bit of a struggle to sometimes keep the kids motivated, but you got to find ways. Call up juniors, bring in players that haven't played much, and give grade 12s the opportunity to end their high school careers with a positive.
Sonny always does a good job of that, trying to get his younger kids involved in his program. And today he's got about 6 injuries from players who normally available for selection, but today obviously it had to bring in four junior players, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So Sonny's brought 4, and he's going to give them all some piece of the action today, which is great. That's what it's all. Even if it's only for whatever position they're playing for, 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th. Just get them on the pitch and be a part of it.
It's very similar to more of a college kind of sport feel where your players come and go. It's not really like you need to get those guys involved to something to look forward to next year, right? So,
absolutely.
So by getting those players here today and getting them some minutes today, they'll look forward to potentially trying to qualify next year.
Yeah, it's exciting for when you get to bring a grade 10, sometimes grade 9s even up to the senior level, and give them a real challenge.
Yeah.
Lucas Margaret is enjoying the bulk of possession early on here. There's a chance now from distance. That's a good hit and a nice save by the Amber Creek goalie. This play's not dead yet though. He able to look to cross this ball.
Gary, coffee today? What do you? Anything in any type of coffee?
Just brewed at home. It's solid black today. Yeah, just something to get us to keep me warm and
I think that's
wake
probably
me up at this point. Yeah.
I think that's more important, isn't it? Trying to stay warm right now.
Unfortunately, my coffee's gone cold. So.
What's the coffee today, Gary?
It's cold.
He's gonna have an ice cap now.
Yeah. I see
Knocked in here, and a chance for the
TNT Raps is just pulling in today. They're back for another day of action.
I wonder how they did yesterday. I know John's in support of them. I think he bought 12 for himself. And
Brent was a big fan of the chips.
Brent loved the fries.
Yeah.
Kennebec fries, if I'm
Kennebec, yeah, that's right.
not mistaken.
Kennebec, yeah.
I've learned a few things this weekend or this week.
You learned how to say.
I learned how to say gyro. Not gyro, as I thought it was initially.
Perhaps from Seinfeld there, Steve. The gyros.
For today.
Good episode
I'm
there.
gonna try to be there anyway, so I don't want to forget. I've had it in my pocket the whole time.
Thank you.
Not forward here.
Thanks for all
Line lines.
in my phone in a second.
Sharply defended. Well defended by.
Yeah, it's sorry it's so far away. It's just kind of. It's just this one because it's the first one I'm kind of doing since the pandemic stuff. It's just easier just to keep it in a local place.
Yeah.
For I can get a bunch of local stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's a great play. I like it. You were there the one time, right?
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good atmosphere.
I'm gonna ask the wife if she wants to go with the family or if we'll just pop by on the way.
Yeah.
We can just go have dinner and take the kids with us. Or...
Yeah, they can do that for sure. And my wife's going to bring her father. Sorry, we're just discussing our social life a little bit later today. Anyway, back to the game here. So Fleetwood Park, wearing blue top, blue shorts, white socks, playing against
Sentinel
Sentinel
in white.
We're
white,
from
white. Oh, sorry, white, black, black. Yeah.
who are from West Vancouver. Sentinel, the Spartans, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
Gary. The
Yep.
Sentinel Spartans. And they're playing the Fleetwood Park Dragons.
YouTube channel.
I'm not sure. I believe Mr. Mike Finch is the principal of Sentinel, if I'm not mistaken, an ex-UBC grad and soccer guy who is a longtime member of the Bingers Army, which is one of the, I would say, more famous local amateur men's teams.
They were one of the clubs that probably avoided all the merging that was happening in that era there for a while. Right?
They did, yeah. They just stuck as a separate entity, and I believe they still have a team, and they put them in play them in the Richmond Summer League. They will be bringing them back next year again. COVID obviously messed a few things up for a few people, and but they're ready. They're ready to come back into the league next year, next summer. But Gary, the bottom line is, it no matter what the conditions of this today, and there's nothing better than having the kids out playing in this tournament after what we went through last year.
Yeah, and you can see that the kids are enjoying it. The kids, they had a year off. And I know that there's probably maybe some at home watching that missed out on their chances of grade 12 last year. And soccer's an outdoor sport, and this won't be the first or last time these kids play in the rain, so I'm sure they're okay with it.
Oh, for sure.
It's a bit of a luxury we have here on the West Coast. My brother-in-law was in town a couple of weeks ago from Alberta and taking my daughter to soccer, and he was actually surprised. Like, what do you mean you're playing soccer? I was like, yeah, we play year-round here. So.
Was that the brother-in-law that gave me a bad stock tip, or was that someone different?
No, that was something different.
We're not soft like those Albertans, right?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, a little dusting over there, and games are canceled.
Would you characterize your brother-in-law as soft, Gary?
Oh, well, some may.
Some may. Okay.
Say we're in the. This is the game for the 11th and 12th placing in our AAA Coastal Championships. But it shows you too, Gary, a fine line between playing for 11th and 12th and playing for the top four. When you think of Fleetwood, they were right in the game initially against Riverside and were level of 1-1 at the half. Actually, right up until about 10 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah. They scored.
then
Riverside, I think they banged in 3 in 6 minutes about right there. And
yeah, I think the second goal. I mean, that's the one that was the dagger. But
yeah,
but
the
then,
other two were just.
then they started pushing up, and which often happens with teams, and they try to get the tying goal. They leave themselves exposed, and Riverside were able to capitalize on that.
I'm not quite sure, but I think it had something to do with maybe the new rules being put in with the tiebreakers for some reason this year. With the 4 goals against, Riverside won their first game 4-0. So whereas Fleet only won 1-0, so they knew that they kind of needed to win that game almost.
So they were pushing up at 1-1 even to try to which is that's why there was a clerical error in regards to the rules of the tournament, which we will make sure never happens again. So sometimes mistakes are made. But moving forward, we will make sure for the girls' tournament, which will be in
Surrey,
the end of May,
in Surrey,
start of June. I'm not sure the exact.
Probably the end of May.
End of May.
Yeah, usually we finish.
Maybe the first couple of days of June. Salish High School will be hosting the AAA Girls Provincial Championships. Despite them currently being a AA school, they will be a AAA school, as you said. Yes, mentioned yesterday, Gary.
In the future, they can't be more than a year away from that.
A chance for a free kick just in front of the tower here. Great ball in, actually. Perfect positioning.
That's all right. Well doubled by the keeper, actually. That run in front of him. Thought they might have just got a little nick on that. But
yeah, keeper did very well there. But dangerous ball knocked in by number 20, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we don't have a team list in front of us. Well, if the young guys are out there right now, Gary, they're certainly holding their own as Sentinel hasn't really threatened Fleetwood at all right now.
Yeah, I've seen. I recognize some of the players playing for Fleetwood. I believe number 8 was one of their better players. I think name would be Danny Hobson.
Okay.
So I know that let's not act like they're fully depleted here, but I know they're missing a couple of players for sure. I don't see. They have a shifty winger.
Yes, I remember him. Number 11, actually.
Yeah.
He was the most dangerous player against us.
Yeah, and they have another center midfielder that's essentially been out the whole tournament. I think he might have played he tried the first 2 games, and then once they were, he didn't play against Panorama in the South Fraser Championship as well. So
he was their most dominant player, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I don't know if he played against us, to be honest with you. Do you remember what number he was, Gary?
I'm not sure. I know that in our preseason exhibition he did play against us, and he was traveling well with the ball. He can get by players for sure through the middle.
Which is a huge advantage.
Yeah, when you got guys that can pop up through the middle, dribbling at your center backs with pace and strength, it makes them make a decision, and that was a big loss for Fleetwood this year, that's for sure.
Shout out to Angelo Polici for all his work he's been doing with the AAA and AA championships over the years, and he's always assembled a great crew of officials for this tournament. And we've seen some new referee attire actually this tournament. It's been quite outstanding. Actually, waterproof jerseys. Who would have thought that can double as a nightclub shirt afterwards?
Who'd have thunk it?
And so yeah, it's been we've seen some things this tournament we've never seen before. We've had some referees wear hoodies, while they're reffing, which makes it even more difficult. But overall, though, the officiating has been outstanding.
Always an advantage for Evercreek with their size.
Referee Mark Thomas in the middle. He's a good guy.
Ball on forward here. Chance it's going to be on target.
And we have
Not much pace on it though.
Johnny No Middle in the this one, the Clunier side, far side. I can't see that far. Maybe Brent Sweeney, can you shed some light possibly who the referees?
I think his name is John.
The JNM?
J-O-N. J-O-H-N. John.
Not JNM?
Jan? No, it's not Jan. You can call him Jan.
Not Johnny No Middle? JNM?
Not JNM, no. I actually think his name is John. And then Sasha is on our near sideline for this.
Oh, Sasha.
There you go.
I haven't seen Sasha this tournament.
No, there's no H in his name, boys. I call him Sasa. Let's say.
How's it dig?
Good strike. Oh, didn't miss by much.
Wow. Offers with the keeper let that go.
Yeah, he knows his angles very well.
Yeah.
He didn't make a move in that one. Interesting to see, Gary, that the goalie has the same color jersey as the officials.
Yeah. Usually that would be a no-go.
Something we kind of frown upon for the most part. But having said that, though,
you know, with the weather the way it is,
you know what? If that's the only jersey he's got, then we're just going to stick with it. And the referees are sticking to yellow, which they have all tournament.
I've seen some red.
Oh yeah, that's right. A bit of red. That's true.
Yeah. So.
And Gary, what would you say would be the official color for referees, or the actual legitimate official color for referees?
I'd say the yellow and black look is kind of standard.
Black is actually the actual jersey of would be the number one official color referees, and then yellow would be second.
Some yellow highlights is typically what I think you kind of see.
That's right. Yeah. You know, especially.
I'm sure that's what Brent Sweeney wears when he's officiating.
Yeah, he would never wear a jacket over top and a penny over top of the jacket. You know, Brent figures he can dress how he wants to, and wearing a penny is appropriate, and with a toque on, even with the pom-pom on the top. So, you know what? Some people, they just do what they want in life, and Brent's one of them.
Oh, the irony of that, as he's calling out Daryl Fast for wearing a toque, and here he is.
Oh, that's right. He was
in the middle of the pitch wearing a pom-pom on his head.
Never once twice have I worn a pom-pom on my head. Getting some flack from Gary Allen. I see him free here. Not able to defend myself.
Sorry, anyway, going back to Daryl Fast there. Yeah, no, poor Daryl wasn't here to defend himself, and Brent was just ripping into him.
Later on this morning on field one here, we've got the third.
But to be fair, he was a bit soft wearing the hoodie and putting the head covering his head while Derek Duke was fully exposed. His head was fully exposed, and no problem with the conditions. But Daryl struggled.
I thought Daryl was just protecting the hair. He's got a good head of hair.
He does have a good head of hair.
I think he's just protecting it.
And you know what? Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So here we are again. We're back to the match. We have a 0-0 score between the Fleetwood Dragons and Fleetwood Park Dragons.
20-ish minutes in. I know our clock won't show that, but we're assuming about 20 minutes in.
According to the clock inside our head, we've played about 20 minutes.
9:20.
Yeah, pretty well bang on there.
Thank you, Brent. Did I pronounce that right? Just want to make sure. Brent is our language. He's an interpreter, actually, also, and for all sorts of things. He helps me with the French accent.
Sometimes that does help with Steve because we don't know what he's saying, so to be able to interpret his version of English into something that others can understand, sometimes that's needed. So long time friend of Steve. I've been around him for a long time. When I was a handball, and just helping out with that.
I have had the art of mumbling. Got that mastered over the years. Especially with a few Guinea, I tend to be mumbling some more. I'm here with Gary Atwell, and who is the athletic director of the Sullivan Heights School in Surrey, affectionately known as the Stars, the Sullivan Heights Stars, which I'm not sure that was a necessary save, but you know what? Sometimes Gary is best.
Sometimes I'd rather have my goalie not take a chance than what I saw at the Fleetwood end there earlier.
Agreed. Agreed. That was a gutsy call just to stand there and let it go wide. But to be fair, I'm not sure he would have got it if he had moved anyway. It was a great good strike. Here's Fleetwood. Fleetwood's always dangerous on their set plays. I know it's something Sonny works on a lot. Coach Sonny Uppel works a lot on set plays. When we played them, they had a lot of back post balls, just like that one right there. And they had one player who I don't think is playing today, Gary. They had a player number. Here's a counter for Sentinel, the Spartans. If you can see, if you look up and switch it, he might have a one-on-one.
Unable to get a shot. Here's another. Oh, great save. Still bouncing around.
Got to overlap. Get your first touch. He's got to get his first touch in. And he's got to set himself up. Oh, he's going at him. Not bad. I would like to see that go in the box.
Yeah, I wonder if he's a left-footed player, just to have the confidence on his right there, maybe.
Possibly.
Because he got his first touch set to whip that ball in, right? Like his first touch was the right.
That's a foul. right in front of the referee. That was a foul.
I think the ref was looking for some help from the assistant, and
I think the raindrops might have got a big right in his eye there. Obviously, he was blinded by them. He missed that call. It's very hard. You mentioned earlier, Gary, how difficult it is to try to get motivated when you're not playing for the top in that top four. But it shows though the kid. It means something to the kids, no matter what they're playing for. Anytime they step on the pitch and are able to play a game, they want to compete and they want to have success.
I think you need to find that right mix of seniors playing their final game and juniors or players next year looking to kind of give them that experience in a game like this. So.
Number 19 looks like he might be a junior brought up for Fleetwood, up the striker, the central striker right now.
How are the Stars going to be next year, Gary?
It all depends on if our players are committed and want to play or not. We could have a strong side, I would think. We're losing 3 players from this year, really, that were really involved with the program. So.
Camera work there.
Gary, you're also coach of the senior girls team, if I'm not mistaken. How do you think your girls are going to be shaping up this year?
I think that we had a couple of years where we were pretty competitive, but I think that this is going to be a rebuilding year for us. I don't know if we're going to be able to even field 2 teams in the school. We might just have to go with the 1 senior team. Usually we do a senior and a junior team, but I think with COVID, the numbers are just a little bit down, and we've had a couple of not knowing because I don't know what's coming with our grade 8s and 9s, to be fair, right?
That's exactly it, yeah.
When I look at our 10, 11, 12s, I know we've got some players there. I found that with girls, it's always a bit more of a commitment issue, especially as they get older and they've got jobs and it's around grad season.
Sure.
And
definitely.
So
but you're right though. It's we don't know. Brent Sweeney, we coach at South Delta. We really have no clue what our crew of grade 9s and our 10s are like for the most part, because the girls haven't had a season.
Yes,
we've missed
they missed you,
years now.
Yeah.
Right. So we haven't seen them since March of 2020 was the last time. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for the girls soccer. One good thing about it though, Gary, the girls will have had longer to play the club soccer to try to get back into a kind of a normal routine. I found with the boys, because they've been off so long, just at times they're just a little, early it was a little sloppy because they haven't played in so long.
Yeah, and with the girls, there's more time to just get games, exhibitions, and all that. The guys isn't just such a fast start that, especially not coaching for a year and trying to run tryouts, and you got 60 kids at a tryout, and you haven't coached them in a couple of years now. I found that this year's startup was a bit of a struggle.
It really was, and like you said, I heard you mentioned I'm not sure if you maybe have 2 teams with the girls. We at South Delta, for the first year since I've been at the school, which is 21 years now, we didn't have a junior boys team because we just didn't have enough players who were come out, to show interest in it. So we're really going to try to push for that next year to make sure that doesn't happen again.
You did have the luxury of adding a 3rd coach to your roster, though, for your coaching roster for the senior boys there, and adding Rookie Gill was an experienced coach that was going to help out with the juniors to your senior boys team. It always helps to have another voice to. For the boys, and something for you to sound off ideas, and for a different perspective to come in. Like, I know that I felt that he was instrumental in you guys' Tamano's halftime speech.
Yes, he certainly got to give a good laugh. The players had a good laugh with what Mr. Gill said, and sometimes you just need a little bit of sense of humor to follow up on maybe what the other coach may have lost his mind a bit, that being me. But yes, Ricky Gill has been a great addition to the South Delta coaching staff and teaching staff. Nice to add a bit of Bhangra flavor to South Delta.
Well, you lost some. Wasn't that almost a trade?
We made a trade. We did have a trade, yes, we did.
Yeah. It was a 1-for-1.
Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to seeing some of my Bhangra friends later on today. Lavi Mangat and Jag Sajan. Diaz Camber, who will be possibly, maybe if he can get away from Camber kicks today, he'll be running his show. I'm sure in this weather, he's in it, rain or shine.
I think he's actually started an indoor facility as well.
Oh, he's got an indoor one.
Yeah.
Diaz is a local favorite. who works at Delview High School in North Delta. Still plays Masters, if I'm not mistaken.
With Peg, I believe.
Ex-Whitecaps player. That's right, he does play at Peg. Plays with Labby, all those guys. Carlos, if you're there, I'm still looking forward to smoking you in a badminton match. Even though my heart may not like it, I would still stuff you if you're actually watching this, Carlos. That's Gurge Dollywale.
It's a pretty
good friend.
He's watching this game right now.
He's probably not watching, that's why I can say what I want to.
Au revoir. Goal kick for Princess Margaret.
I should have texted him actually, Brent, to make sure he did pick up the threat and the challenge.
Yeah.
What's the game over back there, Brent? With
0-0.
No.
Yeah. Not many chances either way. Some tired legs, perhaps. There's no chance.
No,
at the
that is a fall over the ball.
0 chance. Sonny Apple, his hands in the air. We had a much better angle of things here, and that was 0 chance that was going to be a PK.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a chance here now.
Oh.
Sentinel.
Yeah, I can get from that angle why Apple would have thought maybe there's a shot at a penalty there, but you could tell from on this side that he'd just gone over there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he just fell over. He actually flipped over the ball.
Yeah.
Because his kind of foot stuck on it.
Spotted by Yen Fong coming to in the first half. 2021 BC AAA Boys Coastal Championship action between the Princess Margaret Lions of Surrey and the Amber Creek Cougars. Also of Surrey, Seth Fraser. Wow. Yenny's on the far side, yeah, great match yesterday. Yeah, Yen Fong referee and the first semi-final did a great job.
By the way, Yen Fong said he made some mistakes yesterday. He did not graduate from Killarney. Yen Fong is a Van Tech graduate.
As per usual, Steve just making it up as he goes.
What was I saying? Who said that?
You had commented yesterday about Yen Fong being a Killarney graduate, but he's actually a Van Tech graduate.
Oh, so he's a talisman. Didn't realize that. I didn't realize he was a talisman. Which I still don't know what a talisman is. I thought Brent Sweeney would have looked that up by now.
Google that for you, Steve.
I'm on that.
What's this Google you're talking about, Brent? What is this you speak of?
Objects with religious or magical powers intended to protect, heal, or harm individuals for whom they're made.
Interesting.
Kind of weird. The name you're still after that?
Magical powers. I think they probably have got rid of one part of that.
I'm surprised that hasn't been quite. Here's a chance for Sentinel, the big man, number 20. Keeper does great to come off his line. I think the keeper's quite a young keeper, if I'm not mistaken.
He might be a grade 9.
Grade 9 or
I know
grade 10,
speaking to Sonny earlier, he had a grade 9 and a grade 10 keeper, and this doesn't look like the keeper that had started the
He
previous
definitely wasn't.
game.
Yeah, he wasn't the goalie
Yeah.
that was in when we played Fleetwood in
I think
the
that was a grade
first
10
round playoffs. Still no real great chances so far. Gary. We've had a couple of kind of half chances.
Yeah, I think more of the half chances have fallen to Sentinel at this point. But yeah, nothing real big, nothing real pressing from these players here.
Yeah, possession is given away. A little sloppy here right now between both teams.
Fleetwood's having a hard time keeping possession in the final third of Sentinel.
Crack from 25 yards out.
To be fair, I think this is their player that's gonna create today, if anybody.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Fifth game over a few
Like you say, good bit of skill there.
Yeah.
Young lad just cutting inside to his dominant right foot, and keeper did well there. I think that was on target, and he got his hand down, just hit it wide.
He did draw a penalty against us when we played them, so
Number 8 did.
yeah. Tricky little player.
Yeah, like I said, I know for us, number 11 was the one that really caused damage against us, and he's not on the park right now. Must be one of the 6 players that Coach Oppel told us was injured. There's a back post again. And the difference in this game than the game that we played them, Gary, is they had a number 26 on their team was absolutely dominant in the air, and he scored a goal on a corner kick against us. Every time, every corner, it was just, you just worried that he was going to get his head on it and finish it. He did once against us.
Yeah, I don't see him out there.
No, he's definitely not there today. No, he played center back for them. Said number 26. He's definitely not out there.
Yeah, the Subway team the Subway event team has arrived at Burnaby Lakes here. So
wheeling in a basket of goodies by the looks of it.
Yeah.
That Jonathan will probably eat before we get back to our station. Jonathan, if you're watching, please don't eat everything.
He's definitely eyeing them up at this point.
Just for the record, Jonathan just sent me a message asking if I could stop at Tim Hortons on the way to here, but I've been here for over an hour. And
I wouldn't say over an hour. Let's not confuse time here.
The last time I checked, we're not sponsored by Tim Hortons.
We aren't. We are sponsored by Subway, though. So
if you had have asked me that, I probably would have stopped at Subway somewhere.
See what the event team has in store for us today.
So we have. All joking aside, Jonathan's done a great job with the kids here, taping them up, making sure that it's safe for them to play.
18 years Jonathan's been helping out with the tournament, and kids love him, and most coaches love him. Some don't. But the feeling is mutual, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but no, Jonathan's been he's always outstanding for us in the AA and the AAA tournaments, keeping the kids, making sure they're ready physically to battle.
Yeah.
18 years, right, Brent? Jonathan's 18 years?
18th year.
Is he still running BikeMe.com?
BikeMeVancouver.com, yeah.
BikeMeVancouver.com. If you can guess how that's spelled, then you could probably look it up, because it's Jonathan's...
and then
M-I. It is M-I.
Me.
Bike.
Vancouver.
Technically, it looks like Bike My, but it is...
by Jonathan. Jonathan,
play on words.
Play on words, or
He's not
partially
sure.
illiterate.
Spelling is...
Spelling not his strong suit.
No.
But you know what he is good at? Fixing bikes.
Fixing bikes and fixing athletes.
Yeah.
So he's a fixer.
I'm sure Brent corrected his pronunciation multiple times, as that's what he would do.
Gotta keep things professional here.
That's true. All right,
We have half time here, and a 0-0 stalemate so far between the Fleetwood Park Dragons and the Sentinel Spartans from West Van. Fleetwood from the Fleetwood area of Surrey. Hence the name Fleetwood Park.
Zooming on that sponsor for us.
There we go. It's another Subway. Does that have cross country written on it?
No,
there?
that one looks like it's just Subway.
Okay, so that's just Subway, and there's a gentleman standing behind it, trying to get into the camera. I think he knows that. There we go.
Here we've got just about 3 minutes to go in the first half. No real chances for either team.
That's the same as the other side there. It looks like the rain has started to let up a little bit. Presently, it was coming out a lot harder at the start of the game than it is now. It might just be the other way. It's in the other way.
Dry in the tower, but cold.
Burns got a favorite PM player here. I believe his name is Harky Gill.
Yes,
Big fan, good fan, right? Yeah. I remember playing against them. He dominated in the air for us, creating a couple of their goals off set pieces.
That lack of focus in the attacking third field here has been for both teams an issue.
I feel like he's one of those great ball players that really gets school sports and doing everything he can for his for PM today. I'm sure he's barely been subbed all year. Are in this tournament, and he's still making.
He's moved up front here.
I think he just ran past the striker and the striker grabbed his face. Yeah. But you can tell he's still giving high fives, still encouraging his teammates, and
that's on there. Put his bodies forward. Great leader. Time to work for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up that lumber. Just to pick up the sticks.
They got number 9 out there too. So there was fear that number 9 might have been banged up with the second game
against Surrey. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier.
I think he is.
He's still not moving as well. Yeah.
In the game to get in the convention. I believe he scored the goal.
We scored a goal on a counter-attack on our free kick.
Yeah, terrible bit of play by our lads.
I heard it was
took well advantage of that.
a bit of Brent Sweeney had drawn up.
It was actually
Brent and Ricky designed. They designed something.
yeah. We told our player to hit that ball back post, and he did not. He basically played a ball straight to the Princess Margaret defender's feet, and the crowd was on
our end.
And that player actually was sent off after swearing at his dad. That was a good. That was a great end to that. Young here, possession of the top of the team. Let's see if they can get this into a chance. Some space out wide here. If they use, they're choosing not to.
I'm not sure what it was, but number 9 against the played in that game. He's always wanted the ball. Every time he got it, he would just be running and it was difficult. Just doesn't seem to have that in him.
That is the first half, 0-0 between Princess Margaret Lions and the Denver Creek Cougars. 35 minutes to go.
What did they just say? They're too zonal. They're not, how far apart is Denver and
Not far, not far. Not as close as Denver and a little sort of triangle of Tamamis and Pentagon Ridge. But not very far. These guys are each other, yeah.
Denver's biggest rivalry would be Fleetwood. Denver, Fleetwood.
Yeah. Princess Margaret's probably Tamamis.
I don't know. They've been so on and off this soccer program that I feel like the rivalry of Tomato with Panorama and Sullivan is key this time. But ours, we keep doing it when they've also floated between the two divisions. We haven't really established that. But I would think when I was growing up, Tomato's PM was definitely our biggest rival. So Tomato's PM, and they are the two closest schools to one another.
We're going to start the time right this time here to make sure.
Oh, you're kicking off with there already.
Yeah, Mark Thomas is obviously on his way out on a date afterwards.
He's got a ferry to catch, actually, Steve. He's from lives in Parksville now.
But he has a date on the ferry.
Qualicum Beach.
I think he has a date on the ferry, maybe.
Oh, we're going to zoom out here. Apologies for that. Fleetwood Park and Sentinel here, 0-0. As is the game behind us on field 1 between Princess Margaret and Denver Creek.
I've not heard anything down below either. We might be all 0-0.
It might be 0-0. The weather
Maybe
playing a
penalty
big part in that.
Penalty kicks all around. No
Straight to
overtime.
PKs.
Yeah, no overtime here.
Checking some updates in the sporting world. We have
Here with Jonathan.
Klagenfurt 2-0 over Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga.
Did you bet that one, Steve?
I did not because the odds were too poor. Pilsen, Victoria Pilsen 3. I did bet that one. Bohemians 0. Martin Bittangel's old team, the Victoria Pilsen, which is famous for its Pilsner. Pilsner Urkel, if you've heard of that before.
I don't think it's.
It is.
Raquel?
See, Brent's trying to make up something, and I know it's called. It's Urkel. It actually is Urkel. Martin Bittingel, you can text me and confirm that.
Like Steve Urkel?
It's very similar to that TV show. What was that show?
Family Matters.
Family Matters?
I believe so.
I don't know. It's annoying. I never watched it. One of the most annoying characters ever on TV. That
so
guy, Steve
annoying.
Urkel.
For those looking in college football, we got a big Ohio State-Michigan game going on right now. 7-0 Michigan.
Go on,
Ohio State going
Go Wolverines!
Go on
second and
Michigan
goal
here, yeah.
at
Go
the
on
Michigan 3.
To be honest, I can't stand either team, but we have an auger
It's an own goal.
and Fleetwood. I'm not sure.
Sounds
Yeah,
like an own goal to me.
it was a
They are
bit of
celebrating
a
as if
miss.
he's scored it.
He
though.
scored it, but yeah, it looked like it was the defenders for them might have got
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication there between the
The
defender and the
Fleetwood
goalie
defender
there.
and the goalie.
goal.
And that could be a situation, gentlemen, where the player may not have been on the park a lot in the tournament and just not used to each other. So they're both having a discussion about what should have happened there.
It could easily be some miscommunication between a center back and a goalie that haven't played together very
Yes.
often, right?
So that's Sentinel 1 and Fleetwood Park 0. Fleetwood trying to get this goal back immediately.
Yes, he goes straight to flames. And the event team is here. They're inside. Where are you?
We're going to hopefully try to find out what the event team is all about. All I'm looking for is a veggie sub with some hot sauce.
Get soused. Nasty day here, Steve, at Burnaby Lakes.
It certainly is, Brent.
Weather not cooperating with us here.
Looking for an update. Ohio State field goal, 7-3
excellent.
Michigan over Ohio State.
Good hold by the Wolverines there.
I will take that.
That's a big battle of the number 3 and number 5 team in the country right now.
I believe, did Ohio State play Michigan? They beat the
Michigan State.
Michigan State
Yeah,
last week.
they
Surprising 19-point favorites despite the rankings being one apart.
Wow.
But they blew them away, and obviously the bookies knew something at -19.
Was that last week's line?
That was last week, -19, yeah.
This one's at 6, I believe.
For those who aren't sure what I'm talking about, the -19 means that Ohio State would have had to win by more than 19 in order to cash in your ticket. I know my students in my Math 8 class will know that.
The 2021 BC AAA West Coastal Championship.
Oh, well done. Chance for Fleetwood on the counter. Oh, he's got number 12 did a great job there. Looks like a young lad coming in. Probably looks like one of the junior players, possibly, but
Vice principal.
did a wonderful job there of winning the ball, but then just didn't pick his head up early enough to play the pass in earlier.
Considering
to do that, but
yeah, you know, he's probably working hard for the rest.
And we have a corner kick, Fleetwood Park.
As they do have an administrator as a coach, you would think that the other administrators might show up on the weekend to support their school, but yeah.
One of their first time in several years the Princess Margaret's qualified for the provincial championships. Of course, this tournament has been changed a little bit with the absence of the coastal interior and northern teams from Rutland and Northeast.
Sorry, man, did you say that Mr. Sweeney isn't here today?
No, Mr. Sweeney, the vice principal at Princess Margaret's, not here. No.
I thought he said he was going to be here to support the lads.
Well,
Quite a great.
fair weather.
He's more of a
Basketball supporter.
Okay.
Basketball
Clearly the
coach.
basketball and the indoor activities as opposed to a little
Here's a
bit-
chance for Fleetwood.
Probably doesn't own a puffy jacket.
Good cross in by number 12.
Going forward here.
We have our Subway events team here. We're not sure what events they're going to be putting on for us, but they are here. The Subway events team. Subway is the sponsor of the BC School of Sports. All the sports actually. They put help the donation with a very significant donation to help run the tournaments. And we thank Subway for their support. And if anyone out there is interested in supporting high school sports, you can contact Brent Sweeney. And there's always looking for sponsor opportunities to help make the tournaments as good as we can for the kids.
Right on target.
Dangerous spot here.
No run made though, Gary.
This is one where it looks like we've got a right footer or we have a left footer taking it. I would definitely have a right footer taking this free kick, so he can whip the ball in towards the near post or back post, so it's going to hook in towards the goal.
Goalie
Coach Uppel giving instructions as to where he'd like the ball,
did.
and that's exactly what's going to happen here. So we got a right-footed ball.
Let that ball bounce.
Oh, he actually went for goal. Interesting.
Especially on this wet turf.
I think Coach Uppel may have seen something there from the angle he was on that he wanted the player to have a go on goal, but he didn't aim the ball for the far post, unfortunately, for the player, and near post out for a goal kick. So here we are, 1-0 Sentinel Spartans over the Fleetwood Park Dragons for 11th and 12th place in the province. In the Coastal Championships, excuse me. It was a 16-team tournament. you're just joining in now, 4 pools of 4, 3 round robin games, and then we start playing for the seedings and placings after that, depending on where you came in the group. And as it turns out, Fleetwood and Sentinel both finished 3rd in their pool. And so then they battled. That was a good tackle. I'm not sure it was, yeah, that was a good firm tackle there.
The one guy that played this whole play gamekeeper this one this tournament, he is really struggling.
Not a lot of advantage there. I thought I would have taken that back. A little park here.
Good bit of reffing there from Mark Thomas, just to make checking out the players okay. It was a fair challenge, I thought. I think number 21 thought maybe that it might have been, maybe the Fleetwood player may have left his leg in a little long. Oh, don't do that. No, let him take it from the yellow line. Okay, that's, anyway. Our official. As you can see, it's very difficult for a player to see sometimes which line you're actually using on this because it looks like the white line should be the one, and the referee there was a little harsh, I thought, and probably should have just brought it back and let him take it from the yellow line. But anyway.
It's the rules.
GN.
He's in retreat now.
Fleetwood making a substitution.
Corner kick up coming for the Cougars here. Coach James Perpatzi encouraging the boys on.
Joined by Gary Atwell again after watching a bit of the Surrey battle, all Surrey battle between Princess Margaret and the Enver Creek Cougars.
Still 0-0 over there. PM looks to be a bit more threatening than Enver, I'd say, at this point, but you actually really never know that 0-0 game with 2 teams that close.
Yeah, it's interesting with Princess Margaret. They have lots of goals in their league games and in their playoff games, but in the tournament, they've already had 2 0-0 games, and this one currently is 0-0.
Yeah, but how are the games that they did score and seem to be the 4-3 kind of score?
They were shootouts. It's all or nothing. It looks like with the Princess Margaret in terms of goals for and against. That's a goal kick.
Counters on here for the Lions.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us here on BCSS.tv. Again, if subscribe to the YouTube, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel that is attached to the BCSS.tv, it'd be greatly appreciated, as the BCSS.tv will be showing all of the high school sports provincial tournaments, in this case the regional coastal championship. But they will be showing all the other sports coming up. We've got volleyball within 2 weeks, I believe, Gary.
Yeah, I think a week and a half away, maybe 2 weeks, I guess.
And we had field hockey last week on the island, I believe it was, and
we've had aquatics.
Delta finished 7th in that, I believe, or 8th, 7th actually in the provincial tournament. They were able to get the provincial tournament in, Gary, before we had any other problems.
Same with the single A boys.
Oh, that's right. Who won the single A championship? You know, Brent?
Glen Lyon lost that final. Did not who won the single A?
St. Andrews of Victoria.
Okay. Yeah. So St. Andrews beat Glen Lyon Norfolk?
Yeah.
Could be looking at an island sweep here, boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Boys soccer here.
Yeah, the AA was, if you didn't tune in on the Monday, Tuesday, we had a 2-day event because we only were able to have 12 teams here. Brentwood College defeated, by the way, Brentwood College is the only school in the province that doesn't have a nickname. Did you know that, Gary?
Did not know that.
I'm full of useless information.
Is their nickname college?
Excuse me?
Is their nickname just college?
Yeah, they just call them college. Like VCC, where Brent Sweeney used to go to.
Proud alum. Proud alum.
Proud VCC alum.
Not go to VCC. Not there's anything wrong with that. Flag up offside.
Oh, it looks like the looks like the subway team is moving.
The subway events are going home because there's no people over there.
Sometimes I imagine that Sullivan Heights wishes that they didn't have a nickname with the Stars.
They should just be known as Sullivan Heights, the basketball team, or the soccer team. I agree, Brent. The Stars.
Sullivan Heights.
Oh, sorry, we got a chance here.
We could be a Sullivan Heights SC, the Sullivan Heights Soccer Club.
Celestial bodies.
Sorry, there. I was trying to get our subway events crew there who's wheeling their, I'm not sure what they're wheeling, but they seem to be going towards nowhere in particular.
Can't be an enjoyable morning for them out there with their bikes. But
I wonder how far they had to ride in. the events team.
fair dues for them.
Very hilly around here too. I wouldn't fancy going up Royal Oak with that bike.
Yeah, they're getting soaked. They're talking to some of the players of Fleetwood.
Oh, they're trying to get something away.
I hope they got subs in there.
You would think so.
All I'm looking for is a veggie sub here. Can ride their bike around here, that would be magic, and they can walk up the steps.
Steve, you're a noted bike cyclist, aren't you?
I was actually, until I was told I can't ride a bike anymore. So yes, I used to ride quite a bit.
Were you told by a doctor or by the pavement?
I was told by both actually, the doctor and the pavement. Said, Stephen, we're having enough of you falling on me. So, particularly around Christmas time. What do you think, Gary? I mean, obviously, this is it is for 11th and 12th. It's not the numbers don't matter in this case. But would you, as a coach of Fleet, would you throw everyone forward at this point just to try
I'm
to?
still going
try
I'm
to
still
get
trying to win a game. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't think you're looking to see a game out, right? You always want to, and you end your season on that positive note.
It's always nice finishing with a win, isn't it? No matter how.
It's kind of like this year. I know you guys would experience the same. You make playoffs, and your goal is to get to provincials, but then you fall that game short or whatever it is, that 1 or 2 games short, and you end the season on a devastating loss.
It is tough way to finish the season.
You're not ready to talk. Whereas if you know sometimes you're not going to qualify, it's a bit easier to see those last couple of games out because you know that you just got to get guys in and make sure that they enjoy the time, right? So
and I think both coaches, it looks like, have been emptying their bench and playing everyone on the bench. I haven't seen anyone who hasn't got into the game. Here we go, Fleetwood. They're
throwing some numbers up here now.
Yeah,
looks like
Notice they've got the goalie. They've got a striker occupying the goalie, which is right there. That's why you have a goal. That's exactly.
Yeah.
If you've got good delivery, you're going to have success in any set play. And the delivery,
That was great service.
the ball was whipped in with pace towards the goal. The keeper was frozen like a popsicle, and just decided, I'm not coming up for that ball. And surprisingly, though, Sentinel left the player unmarked. That's the sort of position I would have had a player fronting the striker.
Defending there was. You could ask questions about the defending, is what I'll say with that one. You could ask if you got to have somebody on that player.
Why was the goalie one-on-one with the player who had the free header? But anyway, it's a well taken goal, great delivery.
On target, easily handled by Enver's goalie though.
Great delivery by the Fleetwood Park midfielder. I didn't see.
I didn't catch the numbers of that.
I didn't either, but it was a game.
Just a reminder that if this game now does remain tied, we go straight to penalties. There is no overtime for this. We'll go straight to penalty kicks if the game is tied at the end of the 70 minutes of regulation.
We have played 11 minutes, just about 12 minutes here in a second. 2021 BC AAA Boys Coastal Championship action between Princess Margaret and Enver Creek with Surrey. A 0-0 tie. We are tied after 7 minutes here. 22:35 and a half. Tied for 7 points. We will go straight to penalty kicks. And we'll of course have that live for you here on BCSS.tv.
I wonder if maybe some of the Fleetwood players got some subs in them and they
Maybe the events team actually helped that create that goal.
If the events team wants to really get active, they can climb the tree and find that ball we lost yesterday, which was.
Is it still there, Brent?
It's way up in the tree, right across, right by the banner there.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, if anyone wants a free game ball and you're willing to climb, there's one there for you apparently, right by this Subway sign, which is our tournament sponsor, BC School Sports sponsor.
Chance here now for.
And like you guys mentioned, it's just a great ball, right? Just a great ball.
The delivery is 90% of set plays.
I'm talking about the ball stuck in the tree.
The ball in the tree.
It's a fantastic game.
I would like to talk about the game once in a while, Gary. So we're still talking about the ball in the tree apparently.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Ren, would you like to talk about the ball in the tree? Because Gary is.
Well, I'm just saying you guys spoke so highly of the balls that you guys got from
Dave DeLuca, Soccer City. Great job providing balls for the tournament. Dave's got great balls.
And and one of his balls
one
is
of
in
his
the tree.
balls is now in the tree.
So
Dave needs to come and grab his balls. Six work right here. Gets a possession. Or a little bit of a misfire. Chance here for the Lions.
chance for the Dragons. We have number 19 trying to get to the end of this one.
If Mike Sweeney's made his way out, maybe if we missed it, no, Mike Sweeney's coming.
That's a nice idea there by 19. He cut back to his left foot. Looks like he's right-footed, but was willing to cut back to his left and whipped a nice cross in, where Fleetwood was unable to get in the end of it, but a very dangerous cross nonetheless.
Administrator, affectionately known as the C team. We've got 3 administrators there. 3 vice principals at Princess Margaret.
Yeah, we're actually looking for a sighting right now of Mr. Sweeney, Mike Sweeney. We're looking to see if he's around here to support his Princess Margaret team. And on the other field, maybe he's one of the Subway events people that could be riding the bike around. We'll have to have a close in to see if maybe he's there. Could be working for Subway. Well, there we go. There's the events team right there, running away now, looks like, in the bike. We got 1 riding and 1 walking. Let's see if we can get that. Well, they both stop behind the...
So the events team on site here today
it looks like they've stopped now behind the Sentinel bench.
That ball's got to be a bit more urgency by Princess Margaret to get that ball.
Of that fullback.
I'd like to see a little more pressure by him.
Oh, I think it's a free kick there, yeah. Good call by Mark Thomas.
I will credit the composure.
A little late on the challenge there, number 19 for Sentinel. Nothing malicious, just a little timing was a little bit off, and we have a free kick.
Yeah, here it comes.
Here it comes here again, Fawn. Yeah. Well spotted there. Make sure we don't lose anymore. We got 1 in the tree yesterday. 1 is stolen earlier.
Yes, we're losing our balls left, right, and center right now. Chance for Fleetwood. Oh, it's bound. Well, you got a fortuitous bounce there for the Sentinel Spartans as a defender tried clearing it. It came off the back of the Fleetwood Park striker.
Great tackle.
So we have a substitution coming in. Oh, we got our Subway events team. I'll just see if I can zoom in there.
16 minutes here.
You can see them.
Second half, 19 to go.
There's our Subway events team riding around, and again, we're very curious as to what's inside of that.
This game remains tied.
Jonathan, maybe you could check. I see you out there, Jonathan. So Jonathan Figueroa, our 18-year veteran of the AAA and AA championship. Maybe, Jonathan, you could have a look and see what's inside the Subway events team's bicycles. They're parked right in front, actually, over by the corner flag. And the Sentinel keeper bobbled that one a little bit. Again, slippery conditions, that can happen.
Sports Canada.tv is our provider of streaming for BCSS, for BC School Sports, and they set up our BCSS.tv YouTube page. So we want to thank Joel Brown and the Sports Canada team for all of their work in helping us stream this event and the other BC School Sports Championships.
On the same note, just listening to Brent Sweeney the other way, I'd like to thank Sports Canada for supplying basically supplying the feeds for BCSS.tv, and remember to, if you can, to subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel under BCSS.tv. With your subscription, which is free, right, Gary? It is free.
Yeah, just hit that subscribe button. There's no harm to you.
Yeah. With your free subscription, then why not? If you can help, if it's going to help support the kids, then please subscribe to the program.
Steve just heard you mention it, SportsCanada.tv, and Joel Brown, the lead of that company, does a great job.
You've been doing that quite a few years now, right, Brent?
Providing streaming services for high school as well as university sports, youth sport as well. They were just streaming the recent men's national championship.
Number Number 19's been a bit of a danger coming into this game here, Gary, in the last 10 minutes. He's had just whipped a good cross in with his left foot about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And
Was he playing up front in the first half?
I think he came on as a sub, to be honest.
Okay.
Gary. I didn't notice him as much the first half, but I definitely noticed him this half.
Well, looks like Fleetwood's kind of going into the game now and trying to push that one and not let it get to PKs. They got the same setup on this.
Same setup in
Sentinel.
There you go. This time you can see they have a defender, but he's on the wrong side of him. He needs to be in front of him right now because the goalie should be able to mark him the other way.
He's not going to be defending that.
Right on, and exactly like this, except the guy who's in there in the 6 was he was unmarked. And you can see there, as we talked earlier, Fleetwood generally goes back post for their corners. I know they did against us, and of course the goal they scored was a near post ball because no one was marking the player in the near post. Thing is, Gary, too, if you hit 3 or 4 back post corners, it's the other team is expecting that.
Yeah,
and
you're setting up that near post. Yeah.
The most dangerous spot, if you ask any goalie, the most dangerous spot for them is any ball in the near post.
A little bit of work there by PM.
That's a good ball, actually.
Lions. Again, the end of this is a great opportunity. Dangerous surrounding.
Oh, looks like that might be a younger player. I haven't seen him all tournament. They're number 9 for Fleetwood, I believe.
Sorry?
I don't think I've seen that player all tournament for Fleetwood. That left winger there that had that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably one of the junior players that Coach Upples brought up to finish the season off because of the injuries that the team's dealt with in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Which, as we said earlier, is a great thing for the kids. You know, that gives them a bit of practice and experience and to play in a provincial, in this case, a coastal championship.
We've got just over 10 minutes left here, and I'll remind you that if we are tied, we go straight to penalties. There's no overtime if this game remains tied.
Zone, 3rd and 4th place game. He's adding 1 in front of those digits there, and playing for 13th and 14th now. PM was able to defeat Denver earlier.
Sentinel throw in the attacking 3rd here.
Raindrop goes out there, Steve.
And well to turn in. Strong challenge from the center back there for Sentinel. Oh, well won by the Sentinel winger. Finds 21. Tries to cut it back. Still alive.
Steve, if we do get in time here, we'll straight to penalty kicks between the Lions and Cougars.
Basically, I didn't see the goal down below yet.
What do you think we win that fight there, Steve, between the Lions and Cougars? My money's on the Lions.
Yeah, for sure. Probably about minus 500.
Okay.
Free kick in a dangerous spot here for Sentinel. Looks like 21's lining up to have a look at target. 3-man wall for Fleetwood.
Who's the more powerful? I don't know who this is.
Oh, the ball's still alive.
Good free kick there.
Oh, Sentinel, 2-1. Oh, they're asking for an offside. Ref's going to speak to the linesman. They're looking for an offside call. This will be an interesting discussion.
A talking point here for the
Yeah, it's interesting.
for the Fleetwood Park.
Goal. They've called the goal. They've called the goal. You all know what? I don't.
There's a chance now.
It was a scramble. It was a bit of a scramble.
And they've taken the lead. Edward Creek. Cougars lead the Princess Margaret Lions 1-0.
Like we said, Brent, these games were penalty kicks were looming, but not so much anymore.
Yeah, I can maybe understand what Fleetwood's asking for. They're asking,
Body language of 13.
but they're still having discussions.
To draw even.
They're still having discussions with the referee. The linesman is back on the field as the Fleetwood players are trying to explain what they are looking for. Maybe they see a free kick, or I'm not sure what if
It's
this
a
can
odd situation.
change much at this point. The call's been made, and the refs called the goal. We unfortunately don't have VAR technology here to go back and review that.
And I think even if we did, we probably would still have no success with it.
Yeah. So
Forward again here.
I only wish I knew what Fleetwood was asking for there, just to shed light, because it didn't seem like it was a clear offside or.
The goal, that ball clearly was in the hands of the Princess Margaret goalie, kicked at it. The referee, from his vantage point, 40 yards from goal, was about to give it.
And he lets the free kick go while he's still talking to the players.
Yeah, about to give that as a goal, but Francisco soars.
So here we are, 2-1 for the Sentinel.
2-1 Sentinel, yeah, and Fleetwood's putting numbers forward. How this happened to go?
To be fair, that goal was against the run of play. I thought Fleetwood was.
After Fleetwood scored that goal, yeah, you could definitely see that they had a few more quality chances, half chances, nothing clear.
Lots of corners though.
Yeah.
He's had about 6-7 corners now. Scoring on one of them.
Coming over here,
Yeah. And behind us we have Ender Creek leading Princess Margaret 1-0.
Or in soccer terms, Gary, we say 1-0.
1-0. Rough.
There's a case there, Gary, where the winger, the young winger, was a little too far inside. That's
Yeah,
why it's
tucked in.
important to keep that width.
Yeah, you always gotta. You're making yourself easier to mark by tucking in too early. You might as well keep your width. It's always easier to attack the ball from the wing than it is to take those couple of steps out.
Yeah.
To
and of course, you're doing the defender
a big favor by
tucking in beside them. Whereas you keep your width, the defender is often drawn out, so that we have more gaps in the
Got
back.
just under 10 minutes to go here.
We've got about
Cougars and Princess Margaret.
maybe 8.
We played 29 minutes now.
So we're 6 minutes for Fleetwood to find the equalizer.
5 or 6 minutes here to go. We have no injuries, so I'm guessing we won't be a lot of time added on.
The only real time added on was when the refs were discussing whether that was a goal or not.
And of course the substitutes too always take a bit of time, but I'm guessing there's not going to be too much time added.
Speaking of subs, Steve, we should mention our tournament sponsor, Subway. Their events team here on site today.
Which I'm still trying to figure out where they are.
They might be Star State Broad right below us.
One of them's riding away onto Highway 1, so I'm not sure they've had enough here, looks like. You can see we're losing our Subway events team here. They're both not sure where to go. They're like, where are the people? You can see they're quite lost.
Know each other well.
So anyway, back to the game. Hopefully we'll keep our eye on what's happening with the Subway events team, as they are the tournament sponsor.
Steve, I think he's heading over to behind on field 1 here on a quick chat with some of the boys.
Passing out some ducks to PM and Denver, why not?
It worked for Fleetwood. Fleetwood scored a goal right after their meeting.
Maybe get some tactical knowledge.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like Fleetwood may have put in this number 7, who might have been one of the seniors that was. They kind of been resting, just give him the last 5 minutes of his senior year. I feel like he may have been one of the kids that was banged up during the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Coach Upland told me that a couple of seniors just want to get a couple of minutes on the field in their last game, so I guess you throw them in now and tell them, hey, go get us to a shootout.
That's right.
That away from danger.
Number 8.
Oh, there he is.
Number 8 again.
No, you can't ask for much.
That's a corner kick.
Yep.
That comes up. Yeah, that's the right call. That was offside.
It was a very good challenge.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Got the
with
ball
that.
clearly. Number 8, I totally agree with you. Number 8's a very tricky player, dangerous. He's not afraid to run at defenders. In this case here, it was just straight desire.
I believe
to
he's
get that
part
ball.
of the Surrey United HPL, we'll call it, instead of BCSPL,
Yeah, because I
because
still think that's wrong. Should not be called the British Columbia Soccer Premier League. It just does not sound right. So I will continue to call it the BCPSL.
Maybe it's super.
Super Premier League?
Super?
I'm going to guess no. Oh, there's a back post ball again.
oh,
As you can see, every corner kick Fleetwood has a big threat.
7 minutes to go here in the second half.
no, it is referred to as the BC Soccer Premier League.
Which is, again, it just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But We'll just, as you say, we'll just call it the HPL, which technically is the High Performance League, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The BC Soccer, if you're watching this, maybe you can think about that acronym if that's the one that we need and want.
Oh, a chance there for Princess Margaret. Lions not putting up a couple extra
What we
bodies.
do know is that we are streaming this through BCSS.tv, and which is again on the YouTube channel. If you can subscribe to the channel, that would be much appreciated.
There he is.
That's a great through ball.
That is, yeah. And he got, oh, I thought he was on the end of that.
Very well defended, though. He used his body perfectly as a shield. Another chance for Fleetwood.
I feel like Fleetwood's going to have at least one good look here.
Bouncing
I
around the
think so too.
middle area for end retreat. Cleared.
Width, get wider. There's a senior talking about number 7.
Yeah.
Good skate save by the keeper.
Still to enter our last 5 minutes of the game here.
Oh, there goes a shin pad on the.
One here needs.
Now, technically, Gary, the ref should be stopping the play immediately for that.
Yeah, it's interesting how they follow the law. Oh, good eyes by
I
the...
think great vision, although he did touch it.
Yeah, so we are down to 2 minutes. We're into the final minute and a half here. It's interesting that the ref didn't stop the play there, but when that player inadvertently took the throw-in from the white line,
That's right,
then
no
you're
problem.
following the laws of the game. But
A
now,
little bit too far away from Princess Margaret strikers.
Number 7, though, yeah, I do remember number 7 playing against us too.
yeah, if you're Fleetwood, I'd bring your goalie kind of at least to center here and kind of...
Yeah, what do we got left there, Gary? About 2 minutes?
A minute. A minute plus
And
stoppage.
I think the keeper's listening
there
to
we go.
you as he's pushing himself forward. Yesterday we had the goalie from Burnaby Central score a late goal, although it was in a 4-1.
It was a mean
Wide
nothing.
open goal.
It was a mean nothing game, but or mean nothing goal for them. As it
But
was
I had her-
4-0. But you all know what the excitement on his face.
I saw the reaction, it was brilliant. Here we go. Back post again, you think? Yeah, there's the back post.
See if that.
Looking to get it back in the goal. And that ball is in the tree. Come on.
Come back
Okay, it
down.
comes out.
Oh,
Good.
they've got it.
We've
You
already
gotta
lost
give it
2
to Fleetwood.
balls.
Fleetwood knows that ball needs to come back.
We had
They've got a
one-
player running for us.
Yes.
Appreciate that, Fleetwood.
4 yards
We
out.
have one ball stuck up in the tree
We have one
right
ball
behind our subway sign, and the
in
other one
possession with
somehow
somebody else.
magically, someone with a 5-finger discount took the ball. Took our ball.
It's probably more tennis hurt. I don't know if they palmed it.
I think it was a
10 finger.
We have just about 4 minutes to go plus any added time.
and that was lost on field number 1, our other game ball.
Fleetwood's got to look to get this ball forward, and Sentinels has got to look to clear their lines.
Yes. Not sure you can see, but again, miserable conditions today. It's not that windy right now, which is good, but it certainly is. It's certainly pelting down.
No,
though.
another corner here.
Here's the last one. Now the goalie's got.
The goalie's got to get in the box.
Here comes the
you
goalie.
assume,
Go
yeah.
on, big man. Get up there.
And the game ball is back. Always nice to have that back.
So keeper is to right, and just get the keeper into the box.
Yeah.
Make this
Yes.
a little bit of fun here.
Get a little bonus
He's
action.
asking.
Get in
Fleetwood
there.
scores. Fleetwood scores. We've got a
PK shootout.
shootout
Yeah,
here.
the goalie's thinking about
I
it.
think
He's
this is about their
pointing.
10th accord. The only problem with him going up there is that he does have the same color jersey as the ref. Now let's
Ball
see. what
knocked in. Here's a
happens.
dangerous. Ooh, it falls. Thomas. Ooh, that's a clumsy challenge.
That could have been an awkward
Unnecessary, yeah, that was
foul, which would have led to a penalty kick.
Camera work here. Watching the conclusion of the game behind us on field 3, and that is the final.
And
game. That's the final.
make it a final.
Final.
Fleetwood Park 1, Sentinel Spartans 2
Fleetwood Park 2-1.
for the 11th and 12th place spots in the province.
Princess Margaret here, 1-0.
Congratulations to both teams and schools for qualifying for the championships, the coastal championship. Hopefully, it's a memory that the boys will have with them for a long, long time.
Both schools do well to represent, or both teams do well to represent their schools here.
Sentinel is in the sea to sky zone. Is that what it's called, Gary?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe
Sea to
so.
sky zone. I think they came.
Lads on side here. Chance now for
I think
Argyle
they
would
came-
have won that.
Yeah, I think they came third actually. I think they came third Sentinel. I could be wrong, but Argyle did win it, who are playing in the provincial final, the coastal championship final at 11:15 today. So if you want to
Take
tune in,
note of that. Yeah, the
the
schedule
finals. Yeah,
originally scheduled for 11:45 when it was a provincial tournament, but because this is not a provincial tournament, the game time has just been moved up to 11:15.
Yes, Gary, we won't be having the traditional formal ceremony where we give plaques for 16th to 4th and of course the medals for the top 3 teams. We will be giving medals out for the top 3, and we will have a banner. It's just a different banner than normal, but it's a banner that will be unique for whoever wins.
It is a unique championship banner. It actually looks
we're
beautiful
assuming
too,
it'll never happen again in terms of this, but it's a really nice banner that has been put together by BC School Sports. And again, it's one that's going to be a collector's item because it'll be the only one.
It has a story behind it. It has a story behind it for sure.
So yeah, that's at 11:15. We have Argyle playing against the Roadrunners from Reynolds, who are from the island, coached by JJ Atterbury. Coached by JJ, who is, no word of a lie, one of the nicest guys that you come across in the soccer field. He's done a wonderful job with the boys at Reynolds, part of their school of soccer, which they've had for I think about 16 years now over at Reynolds, and JJ is a huge part of it. Again, sadly we lost a member over the past year. David Ravenhill, who was again another just an absolute gem of a human being, and he's greatly missed. I miss seeing him because he's always there. He was always part of it, and our thoughts go out to everyone. To everyone who's got excuse me. Yeah, we have our thoughts go out to friends and family. It's a very hard, very tough loss for the soccer community. So Reynolds, again playing. They have a little more probably at their heart for this provincial championship, and we wish them all the best in the final. Good luck. So it's 11:15. We have the Roadrunners from Reynolds playing against the Pipers from Argyle, who are coached by Darren Rath and Alfonso Napolitano are the coaches of Argyle, with Jerry. Jerry's the goalie coach, and I can't think of his last name, but I believe it's Jerry Macy. Jerry Macy is their goalie coach, and one of them was off. Oh no, this is great.
But the out-of-town scoreboard has been updated. Ohio State 10, Michigan 7.
Okay, and any other updates before we go off here? Let's see
what's going on.
What do
there.
we got? College basketball for all you hoops enthusiasts. We're gonna go. We've got UT Martin 15, Western Kentucky the Hilltoppers 12 early on in action, and what else we got? Significant games here. We got Providence 47, St. Peter's 46. Victoria Pilsen's up 5-0 now on Bohemians. That's a pretty safe bet now.
On the football side of things, we got number 1 ranked Georgia, giving it to Georgia Tech 24 buzz.
Ooh, that's
in the
early
second
in the game,
quarter.
too.
Yeah, that's in the second quarter there.
Not much of a rivalry there, is there?
No, that'd be a one-sided rivalry right now.
Look, there's one team playing and one not. We have Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, and Mississippi State
Do you know who the
Bulldogs.
home team is in that?
30-25 on the.
The home team's going to be in the final?
It would be side A and B. So I just think that side. So
That's Reynolds, right?
yeah, Reynolds was A and B. That's right.
REYNO.
Yeah, so we have Mississippi State Bulldogs 30 and the Richmond Spiders 25 in college basketball action.
Spiders. That's a solid name.
Great name. There's with Sullivan. Sullivan Heights, you guys should be the Spiders, not the Stars. Just a thought.
Put that into the big room. Don't let it run. All right.
All right, we'll be back for the final at 11 o'clock.
15.